Hey guys, it is me Flavio and I'm back with another Clash Royale video, and in this video I'm going to be showing you one of my replays against a giant bomber deck, so I hope you enjoy. So I'm against a level 9 and I'm going to start with my Ice Wizard in the back. He's going to go Ice Wizard and Bomber in the back, so I add my Giant Skeleton so that the bomb gets rid of both of them. But unfortunately he adds his Giant in front of the Giant Skeleton, so now the Giant Skeleton is going to lock on to the tower. I add my Tombstone in the center to pull the Giant Skeleton towards the center. And now this bomb is not going to take out both the Ice Wizard and the Bomber, but it's just going to take out the Bomber. Now, this giant of his is going to get taken out by these Tombstone Skeletons, and my Ice Wizard is going to get taken out by his. So now he has a Skeleton army, so I'm going to have to zap there. And to counter these two Ice Wizards, I decide to use my Inferno Dragon first so that the Ice Wizards lock onto the Inferno Dragon, and then I go with my Skeleton army so that the Skeletons take them out. Now he's going to counter my Skeleton army with his Bomber, so I decide to Fireball at this point because I knew that the Inferno Dragon was going to lock on to the right tower, so I decided to go with the Fireball so that the Inferno Dragon does not lock onto the Bomber instead. And now I'm going to Fireball, and unfortunately the Bomber actually survives the Fireball, and now the Inferno Dragon is going to lock onto the Bomber first, and then is going to lock onto the tower, and it's not going to get a lot of damage. So now we've reset again, and I'm going to place a Tombstone in the center. He's gonna go with his giant skeleton on the right side. So I'm gonna use my Ice Wizard in the back and Inferno Dragon to counter this giant. Unfortunately, I don't have Fireball at this point because I just used it on the Bomber. Otherwise, it would have been a good counter to the minion horde. Now I'm gonna use my Skeleton army to counter this Ice Wizard of his. Unfortunately, the Ice Wizard retargets onto the Skeleton army and completely shuts it down. So now I have one Inferno Dragon, so I decide to add a Goblin Barrel to add some more pressure and do a push on the right side. But he shuts it down with Skeleton Army, so I have to use my Ice Wizard. And since the Ice Wizard does not one-shot level 9 skeletons, I'm going to have to use my Tombstone there to slow them down and minimize the damage to my tower. So now I have an incoming giant, so I decide to go with my Inferno Dragon to defend against this giant. I'm going to Fireball the minion horde so that they don't get any hits on the Inferno Dragon, and now I'm going to use my Giant Skeleton behind the giant to get rid of that Ice Wizard. So now I have a huge push going, so I'm going to add the Goblin Barrel to add some more pressure. I'm going to zap a Skeleton army because he just used it to counter my Giant Skeleton and Inferno Dragon push. He adds a giant to kite the giant skeleton of mine, but unfortunately the bomber of his actually takes out the giant skeleton, so the bomb is still gonna hit the tower. And now my Inferno Dragon is gonna lock onto the tower. He adds a minion horde, but the minion horde is now locked onto the Ice Wizard, unfortunately. And his tower is left with 95 health. At this point I should have fireballed the tower because the minions would have been taken out by the Ice Wizard or by the tower if the Ice Wizard would not be able to take them out. Now he's gonna rocket my tower, but I know it's already game because there's no way he can defend against my push. Or even if he defends, he cannot defend against my fireball. So now this bomb is gonna get rid of the Ice Wizard, and I fireball and give him the good game. So that was it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this game. Thanks for watching, and see you guys in the next video.